Michael Shikhaniketan Higher Secondary Government-sponsored co-ed English medium school has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel. Okay, hello students, we have come up with our next video where I am going to explain Unit 3 of the CAT chapter lesson number 7. So we are going to start with page number 57. So I expect or give a 30 seconds of time so that you can go and bring your book and open to page number 57. So before going to the explanation of Unit 3, page number 57, I would love to give you a small recap where in the starting of the chapter we have found that the narrator or maybe the writer have spoke something about the cat. It talked about its character, it talked about its activity during the morning, it even gave a slight idea of its behavior during the night. It also narrated an incident about a cat's behavior with the guest, how it changes with the change of the behavior, the relation of the cat with their master, etc. and etc. Now we are going to start with Unit 3, page number 57. So let's go back to the chapter. When the family has finished tea and gathers round the fire, the cat usually goes out of the room. True life begins for him now. He saunters down his backyard, springs to the top of the fence, drops slightly down to the other side. He trots across and skips to the roof of an empty shed. His movement becomes lithe and panther-like. He looks keenly from side to side and moves noiselessly, for he has so many enemies, dogs and small boys with stones. In the previous part, maybe in Unit 1, we have found that the narrator has said that the true shade of the character of the cat could be seen at the time of evening. And in Unit 3, he describes what true shade that we see in a cat during the night time or during the evening time. So after the family members have completed their tea and all, and when they just go around and sit around the fire means fireplace, and they spend their time there, at that time after taking the share of food and everything, the cat is done. The cat just goes at the backyard of the house and slowly the panther-like or with a lead step, means a very if you see a tiger or if you see a panther, whenever they go for any hunt or something, they calculate every footsteps, and in a very slow footsteps without making any sound they reach their hunt. Yes or no? So in that same panther-like footstep, on the same lead way, the cat moves to the backyard, makes a jump from one roof to the we say that we have the shades above our windows. If you see in your house, we have shades above our windows. So, and that shade, the cat jumps from one shade to the another. But while jumping or moving, the cat is very cautious because he has many enemies out there, like small boys who generally throw stones at it, or even the dogs there. So the cautious movement of the cat is just because to save itself from the various enemies that it sees during the evening time, like the small boys who pelt stones at the cat, or maybe the dogs. Now the second stanza, second paragraph. So on the top of the shed, the cat arcs its back and cracks his claws once or twice through the soft bark of the old roof. He stretches himself a few times to see if his every muscle is in full working order. Then, drooping his head nearly to his paws, he sends across a call to his kindred. So what happened? After reaching the shed of the window or the rooftop, whatever, it stretches its forelimb as well as the hind limbs. This forelimb and hind limbs he stretch, and after stretching he wrecks his claws just to make his nails very sharp, and he makes all this acrobatic movement to see all his muscles and bones are walking in water. So after making a little, making himself fit or ready for any hunt or something, he makes some mewing sounds to call his kindred, means the cats, maybe some other cats of that locality present somewhere or the corner. So through the sounds he sends signal for them so that they can come and meet up in one place. Before long they come, gliding graceful. Shadows, no longer are they the meek creatures who an hour ago were mewing for fish and milk. They are now grim fighters. Now the plural has been used here. They said when the cat comes, or when the other cat comes and join that particular cat, at that time they gather all this strength. They are not that mild or meek creatures were mewing in the morning for fish and milk. No, now they are grim fighters. Okay, just think how much more he gets out of his life than you do out of yours. And the sports they have too, and they get older, they go in for sport to the suburban backyards. These backyards that are dull to us are to them the hunting grounds where they have gallant adventures than King Arthur's knights ever had. So the narrator is all in praise for the cat and this particular species. He says that we humans don't do so much out of our life which a cat does, and cat especially does at the time of night, where we don't utilize much of our activities at that particular time. He moves away leadily and make all the all the sportful activities, especially in the suburban backyard areas. Like we have backyard of our house where we generally don't visit. Maybe sometimes we dump garbage is there, which is actually a wrong thing, which we should not do. At the same time, we never visit our backyard places of our houses, but that particular backyard is a place of a playground for the cat. The cat finds it more attractive and more splendid to visit those places, and there not only alone it goes, but with all its other members, other cats also come and visit there, and they make a very brave attitude and brave playing there, like as if they are performing the adventures by the knights of King Arthur. So the narrator compares the group of cat with the King Arthur's knight. Why so? Because just to show their gallant or brave attitude as King Arthur's knight usually used to have. Then let's come next. It is always spoken as a reproach against cat that they are more fond of their home than the people in it. Naturally, the cat does not like to leave his country, the land where all his friends are and where he knows his landmark. Exile in a new land, he would have to learn a new geography. So when the family moves, the cat, if allowed, will stay at the old house and attach himself to the new tenants. He will give them the privilege of boarding him while he enjoys his life in his own way. So the narrator says, we generally blame the cat. In many cases, we always compare between a dog and a cat, who is the most best pet we can adopt. So always a general conclusion we have drawn that dogs are the best where cat is not. It's a general view of all the humans. I'm not saying it should be a view of everybody. So we feel like dogs are most faithful to the master. Wherever the master moves or wherever the master goes, always the dog follows the master, because for dog the master is his god. But it does not mean, according to the narrator, that we have to put a blame on cat or we have to give a negative attitude on cat, that cat does not move along with his masters, because cat does not like to move with his masters or to spend time, because he knows that if he changes a place, he have to learn new geography there, learn new things there. So if he is allowed to stay in his old house, he would love to stay there, and if in other new tenants and new family come there, he is so flexible that it would make himself very open to the new tenants and adopt a new life with the new people, but lead his own life in his own way. So this reproach we generally, or blame which we say we always put on cat, that cat is not so usually faithful to masters as the dog is. But the narrator said that is his character. and that is a character of a dog being faithful and cat is not. But that doesn't mean we should have a negative approach or a blame towards that particular animal, because maybe that animal does not find more suitable to move with masters rather than to stay in its old house. So with this we come to the end of our explanation of lesson 7, the cat. Thank you. Okay, in this video you could see, like, I have only given 4 questions, 4 important questions only just from unit 1 of chapter 7, the cat. Clear? So here the first question is, what does most people think about cat? Very easy question if you see in the first slide, and most people think that is an unintelligible animal, fond of ease and caring. So that much on the first line you have to write. And one thing, these 4 questions, each of them carries 2 marks each. Clear? What does most people think of cat? The answer just get in the first line, and most people think of cat, they're intelligent, they're unintelligible animal, fond of ease and caring. This much if you write with a little more elaborative explanation. I gave you just the concept, you can write it. Now next, how did the writer explain the characteristics of the cat? Characteristics, if you find here, so this is I couldn't fit the word here, so I have give a dash there and then I've continued it. So in this question, you will not only write that he is an athlete, an acrobat or a grim fighter. This is not the much characteristics that the narrator has said. Okay, so somewhere you will write, yes, the narrator have considered the character to be an athletic, an acrobat and grim fighter. He somewhere opposed the thinking of the people or humans that he is an unintelligent animal, only fond of ease and caring, because then you will write, then the real character of it could be seen with the evening fall. So whatever the explanation about the cat, about cat's characteristics, the poet has given in the first 3 paragraphs of unit 1, from each of the 3 paragraphs you have to bring out all the important points in writing this answer. Then third, you have, how do the cat passes its dying boredom? Very easy. The cat passes its dying boredom by watching the mouse hole for 2 to 3 hours. Then last question, when can we see the real character of a cat? You have to write, we can see the real character of the cat according to the narrator or maybe the writer. You have to mention this, according to the narrator or maybe the writer, with the when the evening comes or with the fall of the evening. Maybe according to the writer you can write, or you can write according to the narrator. So the real character of the cat could be seen according to the narrator with the fall of the evening. Thank you. Next video, next set of questions for the 2 units you are going to get for your upcoming video.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.